Totally fine. Perfect. Well, with this company about kind of working, so I was the engineer to for about some years here, and then got a product manager for a couple of years. How long have you been with Sage? Started in 2017. Okay. 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. Okay. Right. Yeah. Sage. Yeah, for sure. Fine. Offices. Okay, well, that's like one of the perspectives. You're all different verticals. I did expect. What's the meeting here? They were all saying. What's the meeting 20? Okay. That's cool too. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, if you had, I would have never. I would have. Right. Yeah, she started. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. It sounds good. Oh, yeah.
From home.
Yeah.
To make a meeting. Can I ask you a quick question? I did my research, like. So we did take all that up, it's really like falling.
No. It doesn't usually show up.
Yeah.
It does that to me too.
Right?
Like even though I get that all the.
Maybe they're not.
Yeah, there's very. I know that spot. So I will just say respond.
Right.
It's silly. I don't know. There's an option you're gonna have to see if you can get.
Okay. So then I better check up on my.
Yeah.
Got it. You know what? I would love to start with the dinner. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody else on both sides said that way. Right. Photograph.
Wow, this really starts at 11:30.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The month of June was so like, I just really thought. No. It's not, team meeting is team meeting and then they all, like, somebody is everybody. But. I think in my heart.
Yeah.
One thing.
Oh.
Like everybody else. Are you?
I'm really looking at the but yeah.
No, I'm really glad to hear that. Like.
Yeah, he's like, oh, well, wait, so I still have to do that. One on, you tell.
You down.
You need anything for this?
I don't think we need this much. Do you want the brick?
Oh.
Thank you. You know, that's. Yeah. Small. Even half a. You didn't do that. Maintenance.
Yeah.
So.
Anyone in the room was on time, not to be
We've been here.
No, Dan?
We'll do this and then come back.
Alright.
Cut that out. Thankfully. All right. Good for? Business card. All right. All right, everybody got a business card or they're in here.
So that's heavy, okay.
Yes. Yes.
I don't count.
I know, but you do. You are not.
Hello.
There we go.
New winner. Thank you.
All right, this is your Tuesday team meeting. We are gonna go through it today, guys. We have, I think every week we have important things, but this week we're continuing to get prepared for August 17th. You're gonna hear about this and you're gonna continue to hear about it because we don't have a choice. How many of you feel prepared? Lynn, you can't raise your hand. How many of you feel prepared for August 17th? Okay, so we have a couple. We also have a couple people who are not. This is going to be an important, imperative time for you to step into the fray with your business and most specifically be able to do the one thing that we need to do effectively, and that is guide our clients through the process and help them understand what they're signing and what it means. I went to an open house this weekend and I listened to some of our competition. I go to open houses because guess what? Real estate agents are stuck, and if there's nobody else in there, then they have to talk to me. Right? It's tricky, but it's an old school old school approach. But here's the thing: some of them I didn't even get into a point where I could tell them who I was. I'm not secret in there. I'm not pretending to be a consumer. I am very much Keller Williams recruiter. But I listen to them before I talk and hear what they're saying to other people in there. And you guys, I'm nervous because I listen to three different agents, three different levels of production, or three different experience where they were. And guys, we got to be better. We got to be on top of it. They stumbled. Not only did they stumble, it didn't feel like, it didn't convey to me that they knew what they were going to do, how they were going to do it, and how it was going to impact me. So just an FYI, guys, we have a lot to cover today, but remember, my intention, Grant, go ahead.
Like just as a quick example.
Yeah.
Last night, Sean got a PA, one of his homes, and they had written it in 405. They had, and it, one of the ones that was still listed on it.
Yep.
And they looked what they wrote it in on 405, so they were actually asking for 5.4.
Yep.
The agent thought he was doing it the right way. We just sent our major call out that day, we covered it, called up and said, hey, when you have ready, he goes, oh no, I'm trying to say, I'm confirming the 2.7 you're offering.
Yep.
So we already had it happen where an agent isn't quite understanding it.
Yep.
And so Corbett just did through it.
Right.
Talking what we know so far, and they corrected the VA.
Here's the thing, guys. This is to your point, Grant. This is an opportunity. Like, how many of you were in the business in 08? In 08, we had an opportunity in 08 be a resource that we hadn't in the weeks, months, and years leading up to that. We once again became center to the transaction. This is another opportunity for you to be a resource to the people in your life, the people in your business, and give them real, true perspective that we know that you guys, these agents aren't bad agents that I was with. These are agents who have a decent amount of business, but listening to them try to have a conversation with somebody seemed really disconnected. Practice on yourself, practice in the car, practice on your note taker on your phone. You want to be able to be as concise as possible so that I didn't get a single feeling of confidence from the people I was looking for. If you show up at an open house and the person there is nice, they were nice, but were they confident about what's happening? Could they explain it? No. None of them were with KW, by the way. All right, let's jump in. Moment of gratitude, Emmy.
So I think this went over really, really well last week. I think it's also nice to kind of take a moment to just express our gratitude, start our day off on a great foot. It has been proven to show that gratitude is one of the best practices for changing your mindset, changing the way your day goes. So I just want to see if anybody has something they're grateful for today.
Go ahead, Lisa.
For you and Keller Williams for teaching us about his new changes.
I was gonna say I don't need that. Yeah, maybe. I'm grateful, legitimately, not just that she's here, but I'm the last couple of days I've spoken to dozens of our agents connecting, and every single one of them has talked about Lynn being available, Lynn being thorough, for posing questions that she might be running into. So I'm incredibly grateful for Lynn and her guidance during this process.
Yeah. Anyone else?
And we have Solange too.
I am just incredibly grateful for and you, and Alex, and me. Everybody up for the comment, last month, and, kind of a switch for me in my career. I told Alex last week, I just made me understand that I'm 100% making the right decision. And the help that you guys are offering me, the education and the training is absolutely stunning. Fabulously. Appreciate it.
I'm grateful for having me. I have had a tough couple transactions in the past days, and Dean has always been there to phone call, answer the questions, and help me navigate those toughness. And I'm grateful. Actually, this morning on my page, I was asking fans and friends these 5 things that I'm grateful for. So I'm glad it's been across.
I love that. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, you guys. I appreciate the gratitude this morning. It helps us put into perspective that no matter what we're dealing with, sometimes the market is good, sometimes it doesn't cooperate, sometimes interest rates bounce down, and let's see if they stay there. All right, rock and roll. Next topic. My man, Jason, step on up. You guys, Jason with Cinch, he's a great supporter of what we're doing here. We appreciate him and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, appreciate it. As Nick said, I'm Jason with Cinch Home Services, the home warranty company. And here today to talk a little bit about what you have been saying for me. Let me advance the slide.
I gotta talk in the mic.
Talking to the microphone a little bit more.
That's all you.
Got it, thank you, appreciate that. So, one more. I have been, agents I've spoken with lately have said that the one thing they're experiencing is that showings are down. I don't know if that's what you've had around here, but I think showings are down gives us an opportunity to bring home warranty back to the conversation for the buyers. As this slide says here, almost 80% of home buyers have regrets in that first year, and half of that is more expensive or unexpected expenses. So with this, I think the market right now is turning to a place where we get an opportunity to be an advocate for our buyers and bring this back to the conversation to protect your buyers from just these problems. Next slide, please. So we have our traditional, I just want to touch on these and then I'll be finished. We have our traditional plans, the in-network providers. If you've ever had a client that wants to just be in control or do it themselves, we do have an option where you call your own provider. You have coverage for that and call your own provider. And if you have any questions about that, please come and see me. And we also have, how many agents in the audience here have had people say, well, I'll just go with the gas company plan? Can I see a show of hands? Anybody have that come across? That's a pretty common one because CenterPoint is really strong here in the Midwest. We actually have a monthly plan that's geared toward real estate that if you have the same coverage from the gas company, it'd be over $100 a month. Ours is 61 bucks. And on the table, I have those 3 here. The red one is the co-branded traditional brochure. The green one is the bring your own provider. And that flyer is the handouts. You just need to scan and enroll through that, and you get a monthly plan that's way better than the gas company for $61 a month. That's all I got.
$61 a month. It's your client, I'll grab it, see if I can ask you a question. So you guys, as we're talking about providing additional value, $61 a month gets them a pretty comprehensive coverage, right? It gives them a safety net for that.
It gives them, so to dive into that a little bit more, the gas company coverage, if you add plumbing and electrical and appliance replacements and sewer, all of that stuff, you end up being at like $109. We cover all of that in our plan.
Okay.
Their caps on replacements, for example, a furnace or an air conditioner is $16.50. Ours is unlimited. Their coverage on appliances is $400 to $600. Our cap is 2,000. So, so incredibly competitive.
As our customers right now, as our clients are paying more for the property, right?
Yes.
Property values are up. Now they're having to consider what it might look like to pay commissions, right? Then they have to pay their closing costs. An opportunity that we don't cross often here with home warranty, you guys, in the Midwest and specifically in Minnesota, is how to sell that as a part of your value, right? And so part of this is you are going to be able to do more now in negotiating with your sellers, because most specifically, we're uncoupling compensation. And uncoupling compensation gives us an opportunity to do what for our consumers? The buyers, what does it give us an opportunity to do? Gives us an opportunity to advocate for them with no more concern about what the other agent is going to think. Not that we ever should have, right? But now we're negotiating for that customer in every single aspect of compensation. So in this, there's an opportunity, you guys, to build in home warranty as a value with a company that is allowing them a number of choices to make when they're making that decision and be able to be covered. A lot of the number one costs that, go ahead. A lot of the number one costs that we're running into, right, our customers are things that are unplanned. And we all know this. Even if it's not our fault as the agents, it's still our fault when it doesn't work, doesn't it? Right? Right? This is a really good way for you to have a solution to them that doesn't put you in a pivotal place to have to be the one to answer the call on why the ice maker doesn't work. You bought it from me 4 months ago. You bought it 4 months ago. I didn't know why it's not working.
And the best thing to say right there is, did you file a claim with the warranty company?
Exactly.
Because that, you've been that advocate for them, you put that in place for them, and they have some place to go to get that fixed. So,
Questions, is this like you gotta sign up for 12 months or could you sign up for 90 days?
so it is a 12-month commitment and then month after that. But it works at $61 a month, it works out to be like $730. So it's a little bit more than, and I'll say this, the real estate plan should still be the go-to. This is for those people that you didn't capture during that process. Maybe it's your check-in 30 days and say, hey, it's another
Well,
offer.
the other thing is that you guys, for those of you at home, the other thing is that you can use this as a touch, right? If they didn't do it ahead of time saying, listen, hey, checking in, and by the way, I have a service provider who does this and their coverage looks like this. You're not selling anything to them. This is a home warranty company's job to sell their own stuff. Your job, though, is to determine if there's some resource value in saying, hey, I would easily make a call. Hey, I have this. You guys, you know, if you're concerned, we could consider that. That's a good touch. Go ahead, Rick.
Specific question. First of all,
Sure.
do you know of any limitation on certain brands that can be? So is it
Like a Samsung ice maker?
or brand of maybe one named Jacko? I don't.
Yeah, we do not have brand limitations. I think that's one thing that sets us apart. And another thing that sets us apart is we don't prorate based on age. There are warranty companies out there that will say, oh, well, this is over 15 years old or over 20 years old, so we're only going to pay you 30% of today's value for that. We don't have any of those kind of things.
That's something that Bell's program. Now they have limitation and just a lot of manufacturer warranty. Broke. We had it covered up their plan, we've been paying for it. And I still can't find it in my print that ours is covered, but they told us that brand is not covered. There's one service provider for Becco, so if anybody has a Becco, one service provider in Twin Cities that will service it, not a great company, and they wanted to charge us half the cost of the other. I don't.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I actually use Cinch. My favorite thing, and you didn't mention it, is that if you have a home inspection and it worked at the home inspection and your people move in and that first week it breaks down and there's no waiting period.
That's correct as well. And we don't have a waiting period without a home inspection either, but a home inspection is going to dovetail into what we do. It's going to give you that peace of mind knowing that if you don't have a home inspection, you are rolling the dice a little bit. But if we're 2 months into summer and the air conditioner goes out, we're probably not going to ask for that because we assume you've been using it. And it's so. If anybody has any questions offline or anything, my contact information is on the board here. Scan the QR code or text JBLUME to 88500, and that will ping you with a link that you can download my business card. Yeah. Yes, septic is available. We don't cover the tank, we cover the mechanicals. So the lift pump and the floats and the sensors, all the mechanical parts. We don't cover the tank itself. Yeah, that it is an add-on so septic is, because not everyone has that. So the basic things to think about, PEACH is the acronym: plumbing, electrical, appliances, cooling, and heating. Outside of that. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Any other questions, quick?
Jason, we appreciate you. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate that. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. NAR Dialogue Mastermind. This is your chance. Maybe I'll ask you. You're gonna be in a golf tournament. You've never golfed before. Should you show up and golf? Or should you practice? Hold my beer and I'm just gonna do it this way. Yes. That's not the approach we want to take to our business. You guys, I said it earlier, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. This is an opportunity for you to use this in real life, in real time. When somebody says something that you're not sure about, you don't know how to respond, it's okay to say, I don't know how to respond yet, and let's fix that. Do not wait until the 17th for using these dialogues to start understanding what you're going to do. I have an agent who called me this weekend. How many people do we have online? None? Perfect. And he's not even here. He called me on Sunday to say, I'm so sorry, I haven't went to one of Lynn's classes, I know, but can you help me? And my response was, I'm not a licensed broker. I can tell you what I know, but that's secondhand. You gotta show up, you gotta do these things. This is gonna be an easy opportunity for us. We're gonna break it into a setting in which some of it will be instructional and some of it will be role playing, like we're gonna do in a little bit. Guys, this is gonna be a really good opportunity for you to get ahead of this conversation. So you go out there and have a conversation with your client base and it feels organic. You don't like, I had one guy tell me, oh, nothing changes. I didn't give him my name because I never wanted to see him again. Nothing changes, it's business as usual, pretty much. Oh, but it's not, right? I said, but if I have to pay for my own commission, is that business as usual? Not really. So it's not the same. So by telling somebody that, you insult them because you're not validating that they have a concern. You're telling them their concern doesn't matter, right? Having concern here is, let me explain what we take it as. And it's still a lot of moving parts, but this is what we know today. That's perspective. That makes you the resource. It doesn't make you a know-it-all. It makes you a resource that they can trust. So 1 to 4 on Thursday, back in here. Nope, yeah, next week. Bold. Now I'm going to get really, really aggressive with bold. I love the coach, you guys. It's the best coach I've ever had. I will continue to say that. I think that you can have a life-changing transformation in bold if your business is struggling. Yes, do I think that this is the perfect time to double down on the sales part of your business, the lead generation part of your business, and the mindset part of your business? This is going to be that time. This is a great coach. He's one of those coaches that you can really get behind. Simply, you guys, because I watched him move some of the biggest producers in our market: Graham Smith, Kerry Schmitz, Trey Adams, Derwayne, and Rico's good buddy Derwayne, who's already moved 80 plus units this year. He showed up. If you can't do bold, it's because you're struggling to do the one thing that sets you apart. What is the one thing that you can do to change your life and your business? DJ. I know we hate saying it. I know it's sometimes it rings like it doesn't ring very nicely in our ears sometimes. But you guys, the difference between where you want to be and where you are today It's Legion, it's conversation, it's being in front of people, right? So Bold is going to give you business objective life by design. It is going to change how you think of the things you do. Some of it is cheesy. You're going to say, I'm a money magnet and bang your chest. And at first you're going to go like, this is cheesy. Then you're going to go, you know what? That made me feel better. Everybody around me is doing it. And we're doing it together to change our mindset so that we can go out there at probably one of the most difficult times we've seen in decades, be a resource to people. Go to the dialogue class or dialogue mastermind, and really, you guys sign up for Bold. We are going to sell this out quickly because it's the only one being hosted, and we've got 6 market centers that are interested, and they're going to be limited spots. This is your time. This is your call. This is your sign. Let's go. Honestly.
You just sign up for First Step, and it's gonna give you at least a good taste of what you're gonna.
And if you don't like him, you guys, and you don't find him to be as compelling as I do, which is possible, then you don't have to. But if you sign up for First Step, that's free.
It's great.
What's that?
He is great.
He is.
I've all old
Yes.
coaches that I've gone to, I think I like.
I know I did. Because he was the right mix of humor and fun, but he could also take you to task. Emmy, you were there too. So, all right, guys, moving on. Yes.
Question, and would you just, for people that may not know, describe that first session, which is really just to kind of check it out.
You guys, it is the first step to Bold is a kind of a la carte of the whole program. You're going to have some mindset training where they're going to talk about the things in your head that keep you from doing the things that you need to do. Right? The business function standpoint is you have to inspect what you expect from yourself. How many calls am I making? How many connects am I making? How many appointments am I going on? What's my conversion rate? And when I close, what's my percentage that we close through? Which I don't think we'll have time to talk about and get in depth with today, the economic model, because we have a lot we're going to add. But you guys understand that, right? The activity leads to contact, people you've talked to, lead to people that are buying and selling with you. People that are buying and selling with you have a conversion rate, and you eventually get to the end where you have how many you're selling that you're actually listing, right? This is going to help you in every single aspect of building your business, right? Sales, lead gen is going to be part of it, but it's also going to be, what are you doing with these other things, and can you leverage those out? Bold is going to be a big deal, and we've got our Bold Bucks. $200, you're signing in, you're getting here every week, we're going to reimburse up to that standard. So let's go. All right, back to school supply drive. We are connecting these two together. Back to school potluck, we are doing back to school food, the school that you had, as close as we can get to what we had in elementary school on the plates, right? Please scan it, sign up for something. This is going to be fun. And also, we are going to be helping Darius in his school supply drive for kids that are going to need this. He's got a number of contacts in his life that kids that need some things that they don't have. This is a great opportunity for us to get involved at a local level with people that were already in business with you guys. And it'll be a good day to have fun and eat fruit cocktail right out of they all have so right, the fruit cocktail and the sugar beet. All right. Yay. Nobody found I'm not going to have him. You're going to have
Loud enough without it. All right, next slide. Let's go right into it. All right. Can you zoom in on one? Hey. All right, so I was actually gonna be out of town this week, and then all the forms changed last week. I thought we were changing for the 17th. So many phone calls yesterday, we decided to stay home. And I put some time together putting this together. It is not pretty, not gorgeous, but I have a listing appointment tomorrow, and I need to be able to present this with some knowledge. So the front of this. I didn't send this over early enough. Okay. Second time again today on the broker legal hotline, making sure that I'm presenting this correctly. Because I think when we watch all their videos and even the classes I've done, it's been so much like, well, this form changed and this form changed. But the real question is, how do I put them together and actually do it? Alex helped me go through and make sure it was a little organized and answer some questions, and so did another agent on our office. I have role played with agents and my husband, so thank you to everyone. First thing is you can tell us that there are 3 ways our agent can get paid. These ways really have not changed, but our use of them is definitely changing. So the first way is very simple. The buyer pays their own agent. They always have the ability to do that. I don't see it very often. I have seen it. I've even seen where the buyer pays the seller's agent on multiple offers. Yeah. So it can happen, but we don't see it very often. Way is listing to co-op brokerage. This is how most of us do it right now. It's on the MLS. It is broker to broker. I'm going to pay the broker, who then is pay their agent. It's a form I sign in. Says I'm going to pay that. Okay.
Yes. It doesn't, the microphone doesn't work in here anymore.
Yeah, and there's one on.
People thinking of right now.
There's nothing.
Okay. Brokerage is not really changing. First off, I want you to know that all numbers and percentages are, for example, use only an hour if you push it between your client and yourself.
Working for a second.
Okay. I was gonna use big pretend numbers and I thought, oh, you know what, we need to see how this really looks.
Yep.
So, if I have a listing appointment tomorrow, I'm gonna go out and have to decide between these methods. The first one is I'm gonna charge a 6% commission like I have always done. Now, sometimes I charge more, sometimes a little less. 6%. Office is gonna get their plus $4.99. On 124, I'm going to put 0. The reason that is 0 is because I'm not offering a concession for the buyer to pay their own agent. I'm offering to pay broker to broker. So I'm on 131 and 129, 6% shall be offered 2.7 pence. Make sense? This is broker to broker. Okay.
On the listing agreement.
This is on the listing agreement. When you do it this way, this is when you're going to use the brokerage to brokerage compensation agreement. This is the only time that form is used. It is not every listing. If you're separate, do it with a concession. You're not doing a concession. Double dipping and also paying broker to broker. You will lose your commission. Okay? Operating broker, I need to insist. 2 lines of text to this form. I did check with the legal yesterday, and it is fine to add those 2 lines. The first line is going to say that this pertains to MLS number. I want your MLS number on there. Reason that is if you have a seller who says, oh, I'm gonna get 5,000 for my listing, or I'm gonna pay out 2.7, I'm excited. And the market goes down. They really got a price to 450, and now they don't want to pay out 2.7 anymore, they want to pay out 2.5. This form, the way it's created, if it's been passed out randomly to other agents, it exists for eternity. There is no expiration and there is no tying it to an MLS number. We are going to add that MLS number. So when you're going to change the payout, we're going to do a cancel relist. Now it has a new MLS number. This form is obsolete. Make sense?
Document.
This is the compensation broker to broker.
Can we just ask you to repeat how we do with our commission?
Okay, if you let client in a position where they've doubled. If you're paying out co-op brokerage, broker to broker, you do not also want to pay out or to buyer's broker. Can't put that in for 2 commissions. That's exactly what Grant was talking about earlier today on the offer that came through. We had 3 of those yesterday. And I didn't hear about yours, so that's 4. Literally, that's why I'm home. All right. Number in there. I also want to say that this applies to offers the final acceptance date on or before. Date on this because they felt agents would not understand that when pending before their expiration date, it would still be valid. So with his suggestion, we made it really clear. It applies to offers with a final acceptance date on or before. If you think your listing's gonna sell in 2 weeks, put 2 weeks on there. If you think it's a month, put a month. Okay, if you know your client is really wishy-washy on how they want to, you can always find a second one, but let's not have this floating out there so that agents might think that they can get paid more than the client wants to pay.
Would you put like the expiration date of your listing on here?
I would. If I have a new listing and I've got 30 showings happening this weekend, I might just put 2 weeks. I like my cards tight.
I don't understand what this document is.
Okay, can you zoom out? So that you can all that. This is the new form, cooperating broker compensation agreement. Sadly, I have to sign this for every one of your listings. As we get farther into time, I am allowed to assign those signing rights to another couple agents or so. But right now, any other contract we signed, I might have went to bed. Sunday, I had an agent trying to get me to sign something and I was out of service. I was at a horse show. So pre-plan, is getting your listing signed, pre-plan.
This goes with the listing agreement.
This goes with the listing agreement. If it is a broker to broker payout.
And tell me again why change the amount you pay out. I don't understand.
You may be done with your clients, but we have agents here that do a lot of changes, cancel relists. If prices drop, they might not want to pay out the same commission. I'm just trying to protect the brokerage so I can sign these for people ahead of time and not be in panic zone if something changes. All right, let's go to the next. Yes, Isaac?
So, to be clear, if that commission that they pay broker to broker, to be clear, if that commission that gets paid broker to broker changes, let's say from 3% to 2.7%, you're suggesting or you're requiring that you relist? What do you call it? Cancel and relist.
Well, the question would be, have you handed any of these out to any other agent?
Hand this out?
You are gonna hand it out. When you go to do showings, every agent's gonna call you and ask to have this. This is gonna be a pain in the ass for all of us.
She's not wrong.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. All right, I have some questions that came up. Alex reviewed this. He wanted to know, if this needs to be signed with by companies before submitting offers, or it needs to be signed before doing showing. Ideally, yes, it's not mandatory. And they may be offering a different type of commission. They may be offering it as a concession. Just because an agent says, I'm not paying the commission to your brokerage, doesn't mean there's not a commission there to be made. Email is better than a text message. If you are especially if you're the buyer's agent, you're doing a showing and the other agent says, I don't have this, but I'll have it available on Monday. Get it in an email. It's better than nothing. I don't want a text message, please. If they send you a text message, send them a screenshot of the text message back in an email, just confirming this is what you said. Okay. Line 17, it was asked, change the MLS number. If there isn't an MLS number, if it's off market, just write that. That's fine. Line 18, yeah, we can need a date there. What?
Yeah.
No. MLS, what's attached to how you're gonna pay out the commission. PID number, no one's gonna know what that is. That's the address. All right, next grade. All right, the third way, buyer's agent can get paid. And if you all watch Facebook, this is what EXP, I believe, is doing. They're no longer paying out co-op agents. That doesn't mean you're not paying a commission. Okay? I think Open Door just said the same thing. Okay, so did Next Home. I think this is how it's gonna be, but I don't know. Okay, seller to buyer's brokerage. This is not broker to broker. This is the seller agreeing in the purchase agreement to do a concession so that the buyer's agent is paid. Okay, on the listing contract, on line 119, now you're only going to put your portion of the commission. Do not put 6%. That is double jeopardy for your client. But what your portion is. Okay. You're still gonna put the $4.99. And on line 124, you're gonna put 0. Because we don't want your little 3.3 to be reduced by what the agent puts on the purchase agreement. Protect your 3.3, your 3, your 4, whatever you have in there, protect it. Is it protected? Because you're gonna put 0 on line 124. So line 124, if seller agrees to pay buyer broker compensation directly to buyer broker, then seller's obligation to pay broker's compensation as specified in lines 119 to 120 shall be reduced by the amount paid up to, and I put 0. I want to make a mommy nap out of this, and I probably really don't. All right. Then when you get down to the next, it's actually the next page, cooperative broker compensation shall not be offered. You are not offering to pay a broker to broker compensation. You do not need that broker to broker compensation agreement. There has been no offer of paying the other broker. You're leaving the option open to pay get the broker himself directly and not have the money run through the listing agent's brokerage. Okay, back to the other page.
It's gonna be different from Wisconsin.
I can't tell you the hours I spent putting this together yesterday. I had to wrap my own head around it. Every time I thought about it, I've had an agent ask for what is the question.
Good question. What is the difference between agent broker compensation from broker to broker versus from seller to buyer? Like the same thing, she says.
Well, if I collected 6% and another integrity utility and Coldwell Banker agent wants to get paid their 2.7, the money and pay the money. The listing brokerage, we get our point, we never touch the money. The seller statement, Coldwell Banker, they're 2.7. We never touch that money.
See, I mean, that's just, to me, that's like, just someone else.
If there's all I don't care is tell you how it can be done. No, I understand, I don't know. And if you are doing it this way, you need to add an addendum to your listing contract. The addendum it can be used as an amendment too, because you might change based on how your offer comes in. Okay, so if you are paying, if the seller wants to pay the buyer's brokerage directly, you need to add an addendum to your listing contract. And this has a question on line 9. Shall we advertise this or shall we not? And I was kind of like, well, why wouldn't you? You want to tell people they're getting paid. But you know what? You might have a seller that says, if I get a smoking hot offer, yeah, I'll pay that agent 4%. But if I say so, negotiate good and I don't get a great offer, I'm going to pay them 2%. That's part of the purchase agreement. It's going to be negotiated in the purchase agreement. Okay, that would be why they shall not tell you. Now, if they say that we have the right shall advertise that to cooperating brokers, then we have to have an amount in there. This is a concession. This is the version that allows you to put that 2.7 in the comments on the agent or public. You can state that you are offering to buyers a 2.7 concession. They may look at it and go, well, I'm kidding. I just got my closing costs paid. And oh, the agent still needs to get paid? I don't know. Now the agent has to negotiate why that money should be theirs. Okay. Look at the Wild West. All right. So if you shall disclose it, you can put in the concessions. You can list concessions on the MLS. This is not a broker-to-broker commission. Do not put your clients in a position of paying both. Because we're going to get any deniability lawyer, guess what? They're going to get their both. And then that means we pay our agent. Because the seller's only going to pay so much. Yes.
What did you say about advertising the broker?
You can advertise the concession. You cannot dictate what that buyer uses that concession for.
So how would you advertise that in the listing?
On the comments. Someone's going to pay a 2.7 concession to buyer.
I thought that was part of the rules, that we weren't supposed to ever.
Advertise the commission. You're not advertising the commission, you'd be advertising a concession. Two very different words. Make sure you're saying them accurately. And for agents that maybe work with clients, English is not your first language. It's been brought to my attention, they do not translate well. So take the extra time to really, really go over it. Okay, scroll down. On the PA, if you are using this method, now remember, the broker to broker commission is 0. A seller to buyer broker paying out on the purchase agreement on line 406. If there's a commission, advertiser, if there's a commission, if you've got the compensation via your broker to broker compensation form, and you like what it says, do not put any number there, leave that one. Right now, if there was an MLA, the commission is on it, leave that way. I wrote an offer this weekend, though the payout was absolutely, I used that. Didn't get my offer accepted, there was 8 multiples, but I used it. All right. Yeah,
Just to be clear, line row 6, even though that's the buyer broker's compensation, the buyer can use that for any of their costs.
that is designating their concession to their buyer agent compensation. Buyer purchase agreement, I had to ask, this word so bad, in my opinion.
Yes.
It's because a buyer's purchase agreement to send to the seller, the buyer is designating that concession be used for compensation. On the PA. Made a little more sense when I heard it. It's still a little off.
When we go through the role play, are we gonna learn how to have that conversation to differentiate the compensation versus?
You know, tomorrow for my listing, I'm putting my own handout. Okay, it sounds really tacky, but you know what? If I bought my hubby a new truck this weekend. I do not like salespeople who BS it and try to shoot from the hip. If I want to know what the towing package is, and how much the horse trailer can tow, I am much happier with a salesman that says, you know what, give me 5 minutes to pull it up and get you the right answer than I am with, oh, I think it's about 11,000. No, I want to know for real. And I'm not afraid to tell someone this is new. I brought my cheat sheet with so that we do it right. And I'm okay with it. I know it's my brother, so we'll see what he does. He'll probably have versions pre-printed and labeled, you know, the Post-it note instead, so it looks a little better. Fun of working with family. All right. You could have a combination of these. Okay, you could have a broker to broker compensation agreement that says 2%. And then you could go in and put 0.7 here because you want the difference. You could have a broker to broker compensation with new construction because I see them down to 1.8. And maybe your buyer says, no, I can handle 0.5, but could the seller handle the difference? You could have commission coming in from all 3 avenues.
So, hang on. Would that have to have been advertised that they were gonna pay a concession and then you add it on to the commission?
It does not have to be advertised, it's negotiated on the PA.
So then, if they weren't offering anything, but I wanted them to pay for my commission, then would I put the 2.7 there?
Yes.
Okay.
So remember, maybe line 129 of the listing or that addendum to the listing contract, where it says cooperating broker compensation shall or should not offer. They can pick shall not, and they can see what you ask for.
Okay.
So we're gonna, we think right now they get paid 3% on almost every deal they do. They always ask for that extra. And we got agents that don't know how to sell their worth and they need to come in for training because they're not putting high enough number there.
And if we do that other form where they are offering a commission and we sign that one,
I sign it.
I don't sign it, you sign them all? I don't sign it at all?
You don't sign it at all. If you sign it, the buyer's.
Then do we also put that number there or do we put the 0 there?
No, that stays 0, because then there's a broker-to-broker compensation.
Okay.
Broker-to-broker compensation, you need the broker-to-broker compensation agreement signed by both brokers. Now, when you're writing an offer, you're not gonna have me sign it, so you got the offer accepted. I got a feeling I'm gonna have a lot of incidents on Monday morning. Don't send it to me randomly, put it in an Instanet and make sure you have an opportunity made. I can't just sign forms without knowing what they go to. Okay?
I just have an opinion question, like, and now that you've gone through all this, maybe you probably have more to do. Is this much, I know it's like a big change, but is it really changing anything other than like, whoa?
But the change in how it's presented, government control, the buyer control, laws about transparency, giving each party their own control. My understanding of it, it wasn't to pay agents. You get paid 3 different ways now.
For clarification, you pay broker to broker compensation. When you, on number 3, when you're paying seller to broker concession.
It's a concession from the seller to the buyer. And then those lines on the PA 405 throw in the buyer.
And the reason I'm looking at clarification and maybe someone like Mark can better understand is session limits are on all types of loans.
For
So it'd
these,
still be considered.
for these lines, I would pay the tax of this month.
Right.
And FHA is already been told.
It's still a part of the concession. It still has its concession limit.
And how what you're putting down differs for 5% down conventional, different for 10, different for FHAs. For example, 5% down, 3% concession. Under 5% down, so it's gonna vary depending on what down.
Okay, but the part here that's our commission, yeah, not really.
If it's compensation, then it doesn't tap into the 4% session limit on a VA. But if it's option 3, it is now sessions. That's what I wanted to get. Yes, still remains with yellow.
And an agent called morning, they wanted their 2.3 in the VA letters, but because it was accepted offer now, they. Yes, sir. All right, I didn't mean to take this much time. But this is.
Anyone else, any other questions? Oh, yeah. There you go, just good. Lynn, I think we touched on this a little bit at some point before. If we currently have a contract. Currently have a contract signed out prior to the 17th, and I have a purchase agreement signed approved closing after. Has to be changed.
Nothing.
2 days.
We do not need a base buyer representative. Buyer representative can bring minimal changes. You need to make sure your seller is aware that they might want to amend their listing contract to change. Not gonna require it. It'll be broker to broker.
Target, basically, if we get the buyer, do we do anything different? And then, I forgot my other question.
You know where to reach me. Okay, give me one deal. Give it commission, broker, get your whole percentage. If it is, if it's concession, even though you're representing the world, you have to put. Keep in mind. It'd be really tough to like review files. Make sure you uploaded everything and your net sheets need to reflect this. Your net sheets when you close. Or Rachel. These need to reflect this. And as a buyer's agent, even if someone's offering a bonus, if you negotiate higher than your buyer rep contract, she cannot pay you that extra unless you amend your buyer rep contract. Every once in a while, you will look at a bonus. Up until now. Going forward, they're going to be handed back to your client. I love it.
I remember that one. Where is the Michigan advertising? Other website?
Okay, it's a broker commission. Marty's gonna update us the minute it's on the Keller Williams website. Because I'm gonna. You can put it on the highlighter, you can put it in the on the table in the house, you can put it anywhere except on the MLS or anything that's data from the MLS. You cannot send it out at showing time. You can have, every time you get a showing time notification, you can email it out to the agent from your personal email, but not showing time. Okay. Okay, that broker compensation agreement. If you've got a limit and I can get you going, you're gonna want to be told that you're paying out a commission. Okay. You cannot send it through showing time. You cannot put it in supplement. You cannot put it on the paper form. You cannot sign it. You can email it direct to the meeting. Lots of things you can do. You can put a table text and show it. There's an HMFI that already puts a QR code on every refrigerator for additional information. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. It's not on their phone. It is not a bill. It is not showing time. Okay. If your if the seller does not, and the seller is not offering a commission, the buyer can direct you to only show houses that are offering a commission. You cannot direct the buyer to only look at houses that are offering a commission. Okay, that's an ethics violation. But if your client sends you an email or you want to add a little verbiage to your buyer rep contract that they're only looking at houses that are offering something, I don't know. That is
Actually tell them that they have to direct, or that is stepping over the line.
can you explain to your client without their direction? You may have to show them houses that they could not purchase if they can't pay the commission. You can tell them.
So I can say to them, you need to tell me.
Verbally, then you're gonna put it in the buyer rep contract. You're gonna have a buyer rep contract. I really can't share with that. I can tell you where it's. Make sure. It's not a professional standard, and you can't share. But you can share a little bit of the experience. I was just surprised at her.
So what is that?
Thank you.
It's not broken.
You can advertise the broker commission on your Facebook page, I refer to anywhere you want. Other than the inbox, storytelling.
What's the? Yes.
Facebook, to say, I'm going to put out a commission on my listing. Because no one's gonna catch you.
Have in the agent remarks. Vote this website.
No, you cannot say to remarks or the other remarks directing any outside. And I thought our competitors did that yesterday, and I'm very sure that was professional.
Session.
Discussion, but you just cannot direct the buyer while they look.
How about the 15th?
Your gratitude wasn't for Lynn now, or was it? Thank you, guys. I'm sorry we went over a few minutes, and I think that was beyond worth it. We'll be talking more about it next Thursday in this room. We'll have Lynn here as well too. We'll play out a bunch of scenarios, and then we're gonna continue to do it even into next month. Attitude meeting. I already have something scheduled. We're gonna keep doing this. Do more opportunities, like I said. Thank you so much, Lynn. So with that, we have one courtesy of Sid, we're all departed, so let's go. Start out.